and welcome to day 16 of the Posture Challenge. So just 5 days left of the challenge. I went to buy 2 more pineapples today, got loads of kale at home, still keeping up with the green smoothies. Water finding very difficult, but getting better at the water. But we are going to be doing some a lot of upper back posture exercises today. I think a lot of people find these their favourites because people get so hunched from their desks. And a little bit of lower body. So, as you know, these go quite quickly, so I'm just going to crack on straight to it. Right, so we're just going to be stretching out our traps to begin with. So we're going to bring either a hand holding onto a chair, or we're going to bring our hands holding onto the side here, and then we're going to bring our head down and to the left. That's it, so just stretching through the upper trap, so you should feel it through the fibres here. If you want to, you can hold onto the chair and pull down on your head. That's it. So just feeding it through those upper trap fibres, up into the neck. You get a nice stretch all the way through here. So a lot of people have a common trigger point in this area here. So there's not many people in the world that don't have a sort of nodule and a tight area there. It can also travel up and give you headaches as well. And the other side, swap sides, holding onto the chair. Hand right to the back of the head here, and then looking down and to the right. So this is a great one you can do at your desk. Good. And the other side. So you should feel it all the way into the neck and into the shoulder. Good. And swap sides. Excellent. Oh, really feeling it on the left today, just up there. Good. So next we're going to do our roll down. So we're going to bring our hands in front, and we're going to let our head drop forward, and we're going to drop down one vertebrae at a time. So we do this one quite a lot. Good. Just let gravity take your hands, and then I'm going to roll back up one vertebrae at a time. Brilliant. And we're going to go again. Let the head drop down, let the hands drop down, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. So this series has I've really had people working from home in mind, doing a lot of desk work to work on posture. So a lot of my patients are working from home at their desk, sitting on their sofa, and it's just so much sitting at the moment. And then coming up one vertebrae at a time. Okay, one more there. So I went to Holland & Barrett's today, so they had their penny sale, buy one, get one for a penny. Did a bit of a stock up on supplements today. So I bought a Solgar one online. I do like Solgar because they tend to be in glass bottles, whereas a lot of the Holland & Barrett tend to be in plastic, which is a bit annoying. All the way down. Good. And back up. Coming up one vertebrae at a time. Good. Next we're going to get our foam roller, and we're just going to place it on our upper back. We're going to put it vertically, and we're going to do a little bit of a chest opener. Good, so we're just going to bring it vertically. It's going to go over our mid back, and we're just going to let the arms and our head drop off the sides. If you don't have a bench to let your arms drop off the sides, you can use the corner of your bed. Good, but even just on a flat ground with your hands onto the ground, you should get a good stretch. Yes, I changed my fish oil supplements today, so I've been doing the liquid Paradox one, which is quite a good high strength one you can get from Holland & Barrett's. But we just found with the liquid one, we just weren't taking it as often as with the capsules, so we tend to be quite religious with our supplements that are in capsules. We tend to just do it always at breakfast time. But we just found remembering to take the liquid so much more difficult. So I'm trying the Vitabiotics high strength omega-3s this time. So I shall let you know how I find them. So they were stronger and then coming back up. They were stronger than the paradox capsules. And you had to take 2 as well, instead of something you have to take 3. Okay, so we are gonna bring the foam roller to the top of the spine, and we're gonna roll through the thoracics to the bottom of the ribs, rolling up and rolling down, rolling up. Oh, a little cavitation there, and rolling down, rolling up and rolling down through that mid back, rolling up and rolling down, and we're just at the top of the spine. And we're just let our head and hips drop down. Good. You can cross your arms for this one, put your hands on your shoulders. Coming up, roll a little bit further, let your head and hips drop down. Good. And then I'm going to shuffle down a little bit further down the spine. Let your head and hips drop down. Good. And a little bit further, let your head and hips drop down. Good. Start at the top again, right to the top of the thoracic, so the head and hips drop down. I do find if I haven't done this for a few days, I really begin to miss it. Let the head and hips drop down. Good. A little bit further, let the head and hips drop down. Good. And slowly back up. Brilliant. Now we are going to, I don't think we've done this one before actually. So this is it's actually called breaststroke. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our hand to our shoulder. We're going to try and activate this area. So we're going to bring our shoulder back and down. So the intention should be here. And we're just going to bring our elbows slightly back a bit, like that. And what we're going to do is we're just going to straighten out the arm, keeping the intention here. And then we're going to swoop up. That's it, keeping the intention in this area. If you want to, you can place your hand on this muscle to make sure that it's tensing. And then we're going to bend the elbow. And we're going to go back to that starting position. The elbow's going to be a little bit behind of midline, so my elbow's not here. My elbow is behind my ear. And then we're going to straighten out the arm. We're going to slowly bring the hand up. And then we're going to bend the elbow. And then we're going to bring the elbow back to that starting position behind the ear. We're going to straighten the arm. And then we're going to swoop up and we're going to bend the elbow. Good. And then back. We're going to straighten. We're going to swoop. And we're going to bend the elbow. We're going to bring the arm out. We're going to swoop like that. And then we're going to bend the elbow. Elbow like this. Straighten the arm. Bring the arm all the way up and bend. That's it. Good. Lovely. 2 more. So nice and slow, nice and controlled. That's it. Good. And the other side. So the most important thing, so I'm going to put my hand here so I know that I'm doing it properly. So I'm going to feel for the contraction here. Bring the arm out. We're going to bend the elbow. Oh, we're going to bend the elbow. We're going to bring the arm out. And then we're going to swoop, and then we're going to bend. Bring the elbow out, straighten the arm, swoop, and bend. Straighten the arm. So you want to make sure you're not using this upper trap finder. Don't let this over-activate. Keep that shoulder back and down. Good. Good. So people with scoliosis who have a curvature on one side, they will find that one side, this is much harder to do than the other side. So they should do it on both sides, but they should do twice as many on the side they find difficult. So it can help scoliosis, especially mid-back scoliosis. This is one I definitely recommend for scoliosis patients, so curvatures in the mid-back. Good. One more. And sweep, keep that shoulder away from your ear. Make that shoulder blade nice and back and down. And relax. Nice. Now we are going to get our medium strength exercise band. Here we go. And we're going to do our dumb waiters. So we're going to bring, it's a terrible name for this I think, but there we go. Elbows in by the sides. Pretend you've got newspapers by your hips. You're going to hold on like that. And then, heart to the sun, we are going to keep our belly button towards our spine. We're going to squeeze our core. We're going to keep our shoulders back and down. And we're just going to do a little bit of strengthening those rhomboids. Good. So working on that posture. Giving this area a little bit of attention, a little bit of time. It's a very neglected area. You know, especially with all the desk work we do, or sitting at the TV. And, you know, this area doesn't really affect our aesthetics, so it tends to get a bit neglected. But it's so important for your spine. So really good for posture, really helping to keep those shoulders nice and open, protecting the mid back, protecting your neck. Good. Lovely. Okay, 2 more. Excellent, well done. Now we're just going to bring our hands to either side of the kind of area which we can get quite hunched, especially as ladies, unfortunately. Elbows close together, and we're just going to bring those elbows up. I'm just going to be rocking through the joint. So make sure you're not doing it with your whole back. Make sure you're just using your hands, just moving your elbows an inch so you get some really quite specific extension through those joints. Good. So this is one of my favourite ones. So I've always had such good posture, but since I've had Dylan, this area does tend to start rounding every now and again, which is most upsetting. So, so this challenge just really helps that. And this exercise especially, I really like. Good. So I have been messaging Helen, my chiropractor, so I'm hoping that I can get a treatment with her soon. Good. Excellent. All right. Next, we're going to cross our arms over. We're going to pop them behind our knees. And then we're just going to arch up like an angry cat. Good. Let the head drop down. Good. So you should feel a nice stretch through our back. So you should feel about here, but sometimes a lot of people do feel it in the lower back. Kind of just depends on where you're tight, to be honest. But either way, very good for you. Very good for your posture. Good for your back. Lovely. Let the head drop down. Imagine you've got a piece of string from your mid back pulling you up to the sky. Let your head relax down. Good. So we're just going to do well, how are we doing on time? Not too bad. So we're just going to put our feet around the back, either side of the band. So my feet are hip width apart. My belly button is pushing down into the ground. So if I had my hand here, I would be squashing it right now. So I'm contracting that core. And I'm very slowly going to drop down one leg at a time, keeping my core really squeezed. So I'm really practicing using my core, not using my hip flexors. Good. So really push down into the lower back, one vertebra. This is really good for people with hypermobility, by the way. So patients with a lot of lower body hypermobility, their joints are far too flexible, will find they're kind of shaking a bit all over the place. So really good for stabilising through the hip and the core and the legs. So really push your lower back into the ground. Push, straightening out one leg at a time, coming back to that tabletop position. Imagine your feet are on a table in between. That's it, good. Do 2 more. And back, last one. And back. Excellent. So that is the end of day 15. So well done you. So if you have done this video, I want you to put the secret word exercise underneath. Okay, take care.